are live, and we want to apologize for actually coming in late than we originally scheduled. Some technical hitches, but hey, we are so happy that we are finally here. And today we are going to be tackling one of the very critical questions that everybody in the freelance industry, those who are following us, be asking. And the question is, will AI make obsolete? Will it make your skill obsolete? And today I'm being joined by my co-host, Franklin. Franklin, want to introduce yourself?
Hey guys, I don't think there will be need for introduction, but for the new guys, my name is Franklin, market research expert, and right here we are going to be unpacking a very crucial topic, just like what Topper said. She said this is a very crucial time for us to find out some things because when we had our last live, you remember some persons were asking how do we know if AI is going to actually, take our jobs or maybe replace our skill? But today is a good time to find out, and we're going to be looking at this simple topic: will AI render your skill obsolete? And actually we also have if you stay put to the end of the video, we have a table right that we're going to share. We're going to show you whether there's a rating in the table, right? We're going to show
Mm-hmm.
you what the rate of your job is and the possibility of AI taking it off. That I think that's how we rated it. So let's dive into it.
Yeah. So let's dive in. We are going to be looking at real examples. So, like Franklin said, some of the conversations or comments that we got from our followers that actually inspired this live session that we are doing, we are going to be talking about them. We are going to be backing up what we are saying with some data. So, and we are going to give you some insights on what to act on. And then, we've been looking at two sides of this coin. Is AI and freelancing, is it a threat to freelancing, or is AI actually an opportunity? So is it a threat? Is it an opportunity? Sometimes we even see it as a mergers and acquisition thing. Is AI acquiring freelancing and so many other jobs, or is it merging? So these are the things that we are going to be looking at. And so if you are worried and curious about this as well, then this episode is definitely for you. So just stick around and don't go anywhere.
So but AI is revolutionizing industries, by automating repetitive tasks. We said that like countless times, And if you follow fact, if you follow the data, you actually realize that there are a lot of predictions, and one of them is
Mhm,
that 85 million jobs will be displaced by 2025. 85 million jobs will be
mhm,
displaced
mhm,
by 2025. That's the
mhm,
statistics, and it's from the World Economic Forum. You know, now and
mhm,
also 97 new roles will emerge. 97 million, sorry, 97 million new jobs or new roles will emerge, while 85 million jobs will be displaced. But this is very interesting. So it means that we're not really losing jobs, right?
mhm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, if we
because
look, if
if 97 million new jobs or new roles will emerge and we lose 85 million I mean, we are not losing jobs. I mean, I think
no, no,
there's an addition of more than 10 million new roles, if I'm not mistaken, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
so let's start with jobs that are already being displaced. Tokwe. Would you want to, based on, I know you have seen the table, so based on the table, we are going to show them later. Now, what are the jobs that you might want to exceed the usual number? Just tell us as much as you know.
Okay, so the first one that I think I identified quickly, especially when you are somebody who visits websites, you're a freelancer, you're always on websites, you would have seen this actually. That's customer service. customer support has been displaced because now we have the AI chatbots handling over 70% of online queries. So talk of freelancers that are on Upwork, for instance. AI is the one, handling that, and on many, many other platforms. So you find out that the only situation where you see customer service humans handling any form of request is when it's very challenging. But the ordinary everyday jobs have already been taken over. The next one is data entry. In fact, this one we had seen this one way back before AI actually came into the space. And now with AI, that particular job has been completely taken off. So now we are seeing
Yeah,
softwares like yeah.
yeah. Sorry to cut you there. Sorry, I
Okay.
just want to emphasize this. Now,
Okay.
it's very interesting to see that data entry is actually rated 10, on the repetitiveness rating, right?
Mm-hmm.
10. So
Mm-hmm.
you know that the rating is from 1 to 10, right? So, and it's rated 10. It's concerning for me because I think that if I see anybody, it's very cringy to the eye that to see anybody that's still into data entry in 2024. Like, wouldn't you be surprised to see
It's
that?
yes, I will hear is that when you are a freelancer or somebody offering your services online and you are saying that data entry is your skill, is what you have to offer, that is it. That job is gone. Like this is at this time and century, it's no longer a skill. It's if anything at all, it's a tool. And that is why AI has come to take that over. And then finally, let me also mention manufacturing. There are so many others, but as we go on, I know that we are going to be mentioning them. And then we'll show you that table so that you can see the percentage or the level at which AI has replaced those jobs. So manufacturing, we are talking of AI robots. AI powered robots that are into the manufacturing now. We've seen restaurants where it's a robot that is cooking. Okay, you just tell it what you want and it's the one cooking. We have seen logistics taken over completely by AI. We see powerless cars being driven. We see AI drone deliveries as well. So we can keep going on and on, but I know maybe Franklin has some too that he wants to throw into the mix.
Yes, quite a number of them. I'm surprised to see that radiologists are on the list and they're like ranking eight, just because AI can actually do systemic image analysis. Oh boy. So systemic image analysis are actually going to be repetitive in the future, or maybe they're already repetitive because AI can actually do radiologists. There are
Mm-hmm.
eight on the list, and then you see, of course, I'm not surprised to see travel agents, travel agents have gone way long time ago. I can also say that there are eight, but I think it should have been nine on that list. So and we see content writers. We see low-level content writers. No, no, no. If you're coming up to a content writing game, then you should be very strong at your game, right? You should be
Mm-hmm.
very, very strong at your game because AI can do routine, repetitive
Yeah.
tasks. So if your job is just to craft very simple headings, bye bye. So then we see market researchers, routine analysis, like standard data analysis standard data analysis, like trying to create that kind of strategic insights, needed, by humans. Just small, all those small level research, they're already gone. So what we're talking about is huge data research, right? And then copywriters. Copywriters.
Mm.
I was thinking about this skill the other day. Immediately after that lady talked about it, and I was concerned. Copywriting, is it really gone? Right? Is it going to go away? Because I've seen some copies that are delivered that AI couldn't have actually thought about. Like if you go way back to copies written by companies like Apple, company. Those, I mean, I'm talking about companies that actually sell to the high net worth individuals. When you watch their
Mhm,
copies, it's out of this
mhm.
world, right? I saw one from Bugatti, and when I thought about it, I knew I couldn't write something like this. It's not possible. So I'm actually kind of it depends on the level of content writer, right? So if you want to
Mhm.
write real, if you actually write stunning and mind-blowing copies, then you should stick to copywriting, because I think there's future in it. But for basic ones, it's rated 7. I think that's pretty much it on the list, Tope. What do you have to contribute? Do you have any other one you would like to talk about?
Yeah, I think. What about voice over artists?
Mm.
Um, are they still in business now? It's like I don't know. We don't have that on our list, but I think somehow um, AI has also taken over in a way. So all of these skills or niches or roles, actually I think roles is a better way to put it. Have been seeing, and we continue to see how rapidly AI is taking them
Mhm.
over. So yeah, those are some of the ones. We know that we cannot exhaust the list, Franklin, but those are some of the ones that we can actually shed some light on. We also mentioned virtual assistants. That's the human
Mhm.
virtual assistants. They have also been
Mhm.
taken over by AI. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. So,
So mhm.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I was thinking that can we look at the opportunities, because just like what we said, it's not like AI has actually come to replace. From the statistics that we showed, that even though 85 million jobs will be lost, we have also been able to see that 97 million jobs will be created. So we are actually, it's not a replacement, so to speak. It's more or less like a metamorphosis, change that is happening, and that way you will see that this is not a takeover. It's not as if your skill is endangered. There are opportunities. So let us look at some of those opportunities, because AI is opening new doors. Is opening doors to new careers, actually. So let's look at some examples here. I would like to start with AI maintenance. So AI everywhere, and obviously, what this implies is that there's going to be new roles for technicians and engineers who are going to manage and repair these AI systems. Look, all right, can you still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry. So look at all these giants that we are seeing. Talk of Nvidia, Amazon recently came into the picture. They are the ones handling the AI chips and something like that we can call the platforms or the infrastructure that carries all of this AI that we're talking about. So imagine a situation where those companies did not exist. They had already foreseen, they had seen this into the future. And that's why they went into this kind of business. So with AI coming to in economics, we call this external factors or externalities. It's like when you industry in a location, small businesses that will serve that industry will also spring up. Okay,
Mhm.
so that's what we are talking about. That now AI maintenance is one. Another one I can actually think of now is data analysts. So AI generates vast amounts of data. The question is, what do you do with that data? So we need human beings that can interpret them and apply those insights so that they become things that businesses and companies can use. So we actually see data analysts roles really springing up. And then finally, I can also mention AI trainers. And that is even everywhere. People are now like, they want to learn about AI because AI is where we are going to. So people really need to understand that. And those who can teach others, if you can train others in this space of understanding what AI is all about, you are going to be in business. So,
So
Franklin, do you
so talking
have
about talking
others?
about talking about AI trainers. Now,
Mm-hmm.
it touches my heart because each time I look at this list and I see AI trainers on top of the charts, I think about Kenya. So there was an article I read the other time. The article was talking about humans in the loop. Now, humans in the loop. Listen to this because it's very interesting. Do you know that Meta, um, Amazon, and other companies that are building LLMs are actually using Kenyans and paying them for as low as $1 per hour to train AI? It's a very serious issue. Now, just Google it whenever you like. Humans in the loop. Now, when we talk about AI training as part of a job, and part of the job that AI will create, we don't want that kind of job because that is a new data entry. That is a
Yeah.
new data entry. Now, you remember that data entry is gone, rated at 10, but AI training is a new data entry because they are bringing these jobs to the lower level. Now, especially those LLMs that actually use neural networks, you find out that when these Kenyans start teaching them, it's a job that is very tedious to do, and they're not given medical attention. They're not giving anything, right? So
Mm.
some of these companies are actually exploiting Africa in order to. So I don't really think that this should be rated 8. I think AI trainers should be rated like 2 or 3 in the list. You know, what do you think? What's your thought on that?
Yeah, I actually agree with you, when you look at angle. But then again, we want to see a situation where I think maybe one of the reasons why we have it here on this list is just because of this um the place or the level where we find ourselves now,
Yes,
where
yes.
there's that need for knowledge in AI, and a lot of people are still trying to learn to come into this space. So I think in looking at it from that angle, we can actually see these AI trainers popping up on the list of opportunities.
Yeah, yeah, and also remember that it's most of the contents that are delivered these days, especially when it comes to research and all that, many of them are also being delivered by what um what some research companies actually feed AI, right? So
Mm,
now many
mhm,
of us don't understand the level at which at which AI is permeating, especially for LLMs. LLMs are permeating. They're actually moving deep into some of the core things that we have. So, for
mhm,
instance, when once you jump on a research platform and you're researching, deep data, right? So it's very wrong for you to take whatever Google AI is suggesting to you or whatever any AI is suggesting to you if you really want to learn the truth. So that's why I think deep research is also one of the jobs that AI is going to create in the future, because a lot of people don't no longer do many people don't do deep research anymore. They just take some of the things at the level that AI is trying to show. So there'll be a lot of manipulations in figures, in numbers, and in real time situations, right? So one of the skills that AI is going to actually also create in the future is personalized education developers. It's just a bit connected to what I'm trying to say. Now, so many educational platforms they're going to fade away because many of them are built on mass knowledge. Many of them are built on general knowledge. So there will be need for personalized education. So those who are actually the developers of personalized educations, they are going to be the ones to actually be leading the educational platforms in the future in the age of AI, because most of the things that they have created before in the general knowledge sphere, AI already knows all that. It has already been fed to it. You know, those large language models, they already know these things. So we need to start now creating personalized education. So if you're in the sphere of creating personalized education or of things that are not really, so out there, then the future is for you. Also, if we're also looking at AI powered financial advisors. AI powered financial advisors. So if you can actually be able to offer financial advice by combining insights from AI, because there's some things that the human insights cannot actually see. You know, when you're looking at the financial, maybe the financial aspect of any company. So because AI cannot cover them, so you might actually, I mean, because you cannot cover them, you might actually give it to AI to cover. So there's also um, something like cyber security. This is the most interesting one. Cyber security. So we need to, like, if you really want to be there, if you really want to be there in the future, you should look at cybersecurity. Cybersecurity can take you to where you didn't expect, because AI cannot actually go and watch servers. AI can't watch servers. LLMs cannot watch servers. It can only be done by humans, and that's why cybersecurity. What do you think, Tokwe? What do you think about cybersecurity? I cannot stress that enough.
Yeah, that is one skill that we have actually been hearing. In fact, we have heard so much about it, and I think it has actually come to play now. Because I think when we did the first or the second live, we did mention the fact that there will be need for regulators in this the in the space. So with all the AI things that we are doing, we are going to need people who can help to protect and prevent, some form of prevention for all the cyber attacks and things that will be coming up. So cyber security is going to be one very, very important skill or career that you should, if you are interested in it, you should just jump on it now, because it's one of the things we are going to need.
There's one I,
Okay.
I would like to mention. This one, I talked
Yeah.
about it before in the previous life. This one, I didn't know that it would make this list. I'm just trying to look at it, and it's
Hmm.
rated 10. Now, ethics consultants for AI.
Yeah.
Ethics consultant for I talked about ethics policy and all that writing. I mean, ethics policy writing for companies. So actually, those now, what is this job about? I know some people will be like, "What is ethics consultants for AI?" These are people that actually
Hmm.
advise organizations, on the responsible use of AI. Now, you might be asking yourself, how would you find yourself in this kind? Apart from gathering, knowledge or going for new courses, because I believe that institutions are already launching courses for that, short courses to become an ethics consultant. So many companies are going to be required, to work with with ethics. Some of the ethics that some of the legislative arms all over the world, they're already actually dishing out. They're saying if you want to actually use AI, use it within this kind of frame, right? Don't go out of it. Like privacy laws, privacy legislations are coming out, right? So what an ethics consultant does is that you go through those laws and you're able to advise the company and say, no, look, if you're going to operate in Germany, they have a law that says AI should not go into private conversations, right? So these are, you look at all, do you know how much you're going to make from that? And as in, I'm thinking about switching to that right now. I'm serious. Yeah, because it's going to be the future. It's going to be the future.
All right.
So,
So very, very interesting. Very, very interesting,
mhm,
Franklin. Let me also
mhm,
call our attention, because some of our people listening to us and our audience now will start thinking that, oh, so I'm going to actually completely switch, from what I'm doing to something else. We are talking of cybersecurity. Let's say you don't even have an inkling, or you don't even have any knowledge whatsoever in that area, or probably somebody who is in the non-tech. You are talking of switching completely into tech, and you're now talking of programming. Maybe you are so scared, all of those things. So there's actually another opportunity that we are seeing, Franklin, here is a synergy between a kind of hybrid hybrid roles that are coming up. So I can take myself for example, in the HR space, and I know that this is also the same in various niches. You will always have different sections. Now, in the HR space, we have tasks that are repetitive. Now, what we are saying is that AI has already taken over those kind of tasks, those kind of work, HR assistant works and filing and all of those things. HR has taken over those ones. But there are also strategic tasks and work. Now, we still need human beings to handle those ones. So even after the data has been created and all of those things, we still need human beings that will interpret them and that will present them in such a way that organizations will be able to use them. So I also want to mention, like the lady who talked about copywriting, that going away, virtual assistant, is that going away? We now have hybrid roles, that have emerged because of AI. And we see people in these niches working side by side with AI to make their roles or their services actually better. So that's actually what we are seeing now. You know.
Yeah, yeah, and just to also contribute to another rule that I think is going to make a lot of sense. Another rule that is going to make a lot of sense is um, AI business strategists. AI business strategists. You know that we have now. Ordinarily, we have business strategists, right? So, but we need strategists that will actually work with AI businesses, right? So,
Mhm,
because
mhm,
for the fact that you know other businesses does not mean that you can actually use some of the business principles, and concepts that you know to actually apply to AI. Now, AI is not just revolutionizing different industry. AI is revolutionizing how businesses work. I
mhm,
don't know if you understand. So it's having a double-edged revolution. I mean, it's doing a double-edged revolution. So it's doing B2B and it's doing B2C, right? So it's just everywhere. So now we need AI business strategies that will be able to advise businesses who are going into AI for the first time on the kind of AI that they can actually use. And if you have as an AI business strategist, you also have a certification on AI consultation. I mean AI ethics consultation. Just know that companies will come with you, well, they will come
yeah,
for you, like multiple companies. Just think about it. AI business strategist and ethics consultation on AI. Just imagine that is
mhm,
your LinkedIn profile. So you were having conversation on a very high level. I think those two skills for me.
mhm.
um Okay, now it's rated. I didn't even look at the rating before. So one is rated 10 and the other one is rated 9. So that is a must go.
All right. So let's look at another one that is rated 9 here. Creative directors for AI projects. So, we're talking about the creative space. I always like to look at, as we are looking at the threats, we're also trying to look at the opportunities that have been created, that AI has created in that industry now. So in the creative space, video editors, when with AI, with Runway, Mid Journey, Amazon, there's also that I've forgotten the name, the one that Amazon just brought out. A lot of video editors started feeling the heat, you understand? And we also actually saw that in the video editing space, that some things were happening. And then which we've mentioned the copywriters, content writers, actors and actresses. Guys, it's really really mind blowing because we started seeing this AI creating movies. A lot of AI developers, they just sat down and started reinventing their own movies. Maybe about all this um Batman, Spider-Man, all of those things. They just started reinventing and recreating those movies. And you can actually sit down and watch them. So people in that space started feeling threatened. But the truth is that this one is actually on number 9 when we are looking at the opportunities or the list of opportunities created by AI. So people in this space, what you can actually do is you can actually come to the point where you are using AI to produce innovative advertising campaigns, movies, and virtual experiences. So it's actually something to look into. That even though it seems like those other areas are closing, the doors are closing on those areas, you can actually delve into more like the ones we mentioned now, things that you can use AI to create. So for me, I think that creative industry is something that people should really look at. Even the voiceovers, you know, you can start looking at how you can use AI to create natural and intuitive voice commands for AI assistants and other applications.
Yeah. So I was waiting to talk about when you mentioned using AI to create a lot of things. I remember it was you that shared that movie done with Mid Journey, the
Yeah.
Batman movie, right? You shared that video
Mm-hmm,
with me. Was it Batman?
mm-hmm.
I mean, it was like when I
I
saw
think it
that.
was Batman.
When I saw that, I expected the usual disorientation that AI creation would have, but that is so sleek and very smooth. And up until today, I still doubt it. But then I would like to see the processes that they have used. But if they have done this, then AI powered creators, they're going to have a different niche entirely. A different niche entirely. Now, this also brings me uh, down to another rule I'm looking at. Now, I've seen this before when I was researching about companies who actually use high level tools, and technology to work. Have you heard of AI digital twins? Like digital twin developers. Have you heard of digital twins developer before? Now, let me tell you what a digital twin development is like, or maybe the two digital twin. Now, there's some companies that have factories. Yeah, they have factories, like they have factories everywhere. Maybe they have in China, or even in China, they have up to 7 factories. So there's what we call digital twin. In technology, you can actually create a digital twin of those factories, and you can actually literally see them like digitally, and you can be able to operate them from where you are. I don't know if you understand what I mean. So in China, for instance, China has that. Am I off?
You are on. Go on.
Okay. Okay. So, like for instance, China, we see China has a lot of digital twin developers. So, if you can actually understand the concept of digital twin and become a digital twin developer to the point that you can actually infuse AI into that, man, that job is a job that is going to pay you forever. Right? So, but there's one other one again. This one again is very important too, because I thought about it. Now, you know that when in the age of like the early ages of .com, when the internet came, right? When the internet came, you remember there are people, I mean, there are businesses that actually taught people how to use, that taught businesses how to start using the internet, right? How to use the internet for their businesses. And a lot of people profited from that
Yeah.
because they were able to bring so many companies and get websites for them, help them actually develop, different sites, maybe databases, and also bring them on social media and all that. There were people who were doing that. It was their jobs. Now, one job that AI is going to create in the future is also kind of AI coaches and AI trainers for people who would like, or for companies or businesses who would like to incorporate different AI in their business, right? So, for instance, now, and we talked about that too, Chopper, as one business model we discussed the time. So you know that there are so many AI tools available. So imagine that you know all the tools, right? And then a company is looking for a way to automate their process using AI in different spheres. And then they come to you and say, hey, Tokwe, I'm really looking at transitioning into AI. I want to use AI and automation in my business, right? So I want you to advise me and if possible, set up the process for me and train me on it so that I can run with it. That is a huge skill. Think about it. Now, do you know how many companies that you can actually reach out to? Do you know how many companies that are still doing things manually today, and they would want to actually automate and use AI. I think the total addressable market for this kind of skill I'm talking about is running into billions. Because if you can create a company that what it does is just like the company we're going to introduce to them very soon, you see what they do. Their job is to actually go into a company, and recreate. So this is what it is. What do you think about is there any other skill that you think supersedes these ones?
I strongly no, no, no. Honestly, that area that you mentioned is actually one very, very interesting area for me because as somebody who is into project management, I have seen that shift already that is happening. What we are just trying to say with all of this is that once you are in that space where you are looking at how to use AI or some form of automation to solve business problems, you are going to be in business. You are going to be even beyond all the things that we are seeing now. There's even going to be more and more and more AI careers, AI related careers that will be springing up. So if you are like a virtual assistant and you already know that all these repetitive tasks like scheduling, data entry, email management, and all of these things that we have talked about, that they are no longer there. So why don't you just learn how to go, to put up some form of automation solutions? Because this is what these employers and companies are now looking at. So if you're able to automate it in such a way that AI is able to do all of those things from scheduling. So instead of doing all this back and forth scheduling, you have AI taking care of that. You have AI taking care of email management. You have some form of automation um, built to take care of that. These are the kind of solutions that you can sell. Let's look at research. Instead of you jumping from one site to another site, you can build an automation where you are using RSS feeds, you are using things like Zapier, you are using ChatGPT to analyze, summarize. So bringing together AI agents. Okay, you create AI agents that can actually solve these problems. I also want to mention conversational AI. Just go to 11 Labs website right now. You will see that the chat bot there is a conversational AI. And I did this just this week. I was trying to create that kind of a solution for somebody, and it's so amazing how autonomous that AI is. Okay, you can actually feed this AI with everything about your company and you can go to sleep because it takes care of everything for you intuitively because based on what you have taught it or you have told it about your business. So that is the level that customer service or chat bots, they are now conversational. They can ask you questions and stuff like that. So think of creating some business. And then finally, we are talking of copywriting, age where we have AI powered website builders. Okay, you can get to that point where you are not just building websites and it ends there, but you are building websites that offer SEO optimized solutions for the businesses that you are building them for. So adding value at every level, adding more and more value. And AI is what can help you to create that quicker, smarter, and it just makes you stand out. So those are the things we are talking about.
Yes, yes, a lot of jobs, a lot of jobs that are here. So, for those people who are actually here with us, if you are interested, because talk about, we might have a problem sharing this. So, if you are interested in taking up, if you're interested in this list, we have a list of jobs that AI will create, and a list of jobs that AI has already, replaced. So we
Yeah.
want to share that with you free. So if you leave a comment here, I've activated it. If you leave a comment with us, we would actually send you a a copy, a copy now. So there are about 20 skills, 10 skills. I think there should be more than 20. So, and one
Mhm.
interesting thing is that we actually did a description on those skills. Like maybe you hear the name of the skill, you don't know what it's all about. There's a description here, and also we gave it a rating or a scale. So we scale them according to the order of importance. For instance, so the scaling is 1 to 10. So if a particular skill is 10 on a list of skills that AI is going to actually replace, it means that it's very, very likely that that skill will not exist again in 2025. That means it's high, right? Like we talked about data entry, that one is gone. So also on the list of opportunities created by AI, we actually scaled it by human creativity, right? So a skill that has up to 10, it means that it requires real human creativity and is going to stay. So once you get it, can just start guiding yourself. If you're someone that is actually building a skill for the future, you start guiding yourself on things you should do and things you should not do. So I've heard instances of where some people are still going to learn some skills that are already outdated. Somebody said, don't waste your time coding because there will be no coding. But although I disagree with that, I'm just using as an example. It's also important for you to understand the foundation of coding. But don't think that coding is going to keep, making you money for a long time, because that channel is already going. So you need to do something more, right? So, but you also need it as a foundation to understand, how AI is built, especially if you are using languages like Python, right? So we'll share this list with you if you leave your comment and talk about. Do you have anything to add more?
I think, well, the only other thing I would like to add is looking at how we can future proof our career, because that is what it really boils down to at the end of the day. When we just started, we talk about the skills that are endangered,
So what
we
is
talk
ClickUp?
about the
ClickUp is an all-in-one
opportunities.
productivity
We talked
software
about,
where you can manage everything.
all right. So we talked
Sorry.
about the skills that are, and yeah, the skills that are, and then the skills that are coming up as a result of AI. We talked about the hybrid, the synergies that are happening. It's not an acquisition, it's actually a synergy. And so at the end of the day, the best thing, or what we can bring out of all of this, I think my biggest takeaway out of all of this is asking ourselves that question. And you really have to ask that now. How can I future proof my career? And we have said this in our previous live sessions, and we cannot just overemphasize it, that the first thing to do is develop human centric skills. We have said this, we mentioned three of them: creativity, emotional intelligence, and critical thinking. These are skills to replicate. We are talking of empathy and human touch. AI cannot outdo them. AI cannot replicate them. So because they, yeah, human beings are just required. So we are telling you that develops those skills, because we are really going to be with all of the AI things going and AI revolution happening around us, we still need those skills. And it's even surprise you to know that, Franklin, there are companies who are still, with all the AI going on, fine, it's going on, but there are still companies that are looking for things that goes beyond what AI can offer, you know.
Yeah, I quite agree with you. I agree with you on that, because there are some companies that they don't believe in AI. They still think that it's too artificial for whatever business process that they have, and they're looking for something that humans can actually offer. So the market is shrinking by the day, because we have seen reports from Nelson and we have seen reports from PwC talking about how businesses are actually embracing AI. So we are going on a spike on the adoption of AI. So even though those companies are going to still require human creativity for a lot of their jobs, right? But their numbers are not much. They will keep shrinking by the day, but then you can still keep cashing in, because at the end of the day, some of them will still remain, right? Yeah. So I think from one of the things that you also said about how you can now future proof? How would you prepare for the future? Given all the skills that we have listed here, we've talked about the fact that jobs like graphic designing, copywriting, data entry. We have talked. We have listed a whole lot of skills that are actually going away in 2025. Maybe not as soon as 2025. But in the future they are going right. So what the essence of this life is that we want you to start thinking about possible ways for you to evolve. AI is a revolution on its own. So those who actually stay put after revolutions are those who evolve. So if you can evolve, immediately you evolve, you see that the tides will now be in your favor. So we're looking at jobs like AI training, AI maintenance technicians, data analysis. We're looking at AI powered content creators. We're looking at ethics consultants for AI. We're looking at AI policy advisors. We're looking at AI business strategists, personalized education developers, AI powered financial advisors, cybersecurity specialists, creative directors for AI projects. They were looking at robotics engineers, digital twin developers. We're looking at AI coaches, trainers, and trainers for human AI coaches and trainers, for humans. And they were looking at voice interface designers and finally market research experts, right? So these are the skills, and we rated them according to the order of importance. We rated all of them.
Mhm.
So if you want it, like I said, if you want the whole list, leave a chat for us and we'll deliver it. We'll just send it to you immediately. And but would you like anything to add? I think we should be wrapping up by now, and want to thank
Yeah.
everyone who has actually joined us on this live. We say we are grateful, and if you want to be seeing much of, or maybe more of what we are doing, you can always subscribe. If you like what we have done today, you can always subscribe. We'll talk about freelancing. We'll talk about skills of the future. We talk about AI on how it affects businesses and how it affects freelancers. I mean, freelance businesses, other businesses, and we talk about new tools. We talk about personal growth, right? So if you're interested in any of all this, just give us a subscribe or share our video, right? Okay.
Yes, yes. So we have just to wrap up, we have talked about AI not being the enemy, it's just a tool, and that those who adapt, will find more opportunities than challenges in it. So guys, just like Franklin said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Audible Talents, where we are going to just be bringing you more and more insightful content or information like this. We'll be uncovering all the truth behind all the buzz. So we really look forward to you joining us again in the next live. If you have any questions, any comments, just leave them in our comment section and we'll definitely get back to it. If you want the list that we have mentioned, we are happy to send it to you for free. Just leave a comment and then we are going to send it right to you. So thank you so much, everybody. This has been an amazing live session for every one of us.
Okay, so see you next week. In between, like during this week or before the weekend, we're going to actually share our next discussion. But if you want us to talk about something that is actually in your mind, like you want us to actually discuss it and maybe hear our opinions or our views, even do a research about it and share real data, you can leave such contribution right here, or you can actually kind of drop the contribution anywhere and we'll pick up. If you have any other question, any question at all, because for instance, what influenced this life is because we're actually cut off by a lady who actually talked about I mean, not just a lady. I mean, some persons asked whether their skills will be relevant. So we just said, okay, let's talk about all the skills that are going to be relevant in 2025 and beyond. So this is why we brought this. And if you want us to actually discuss anything, leave us a comment. Drop a comment for us now before we go off, so that we can talk about anything that you actually want us to talk about. So maybe we should give talk. Maybe we should give a bit of maybe a few minutes and talk about a few things. Then if
Mm-hmm,
anyone comes up with something, then we run with it. If they don't,
mm-hmm.
then we close. Right?
Okay, yes, definitely. So let's just give you some time. And while we are, waiting for you to drop your comments and, questions or anything you may have, we are so excited that we are live, not only on YouTube now, we also are live across our other social media platforms. So we are on Instagram now as well as on LinkedIn. So we just want to really say thank you to as many of you joining us from those other platforms as well as from YouTube. So the essence of all of this is to actually connect with you, our community, our tribe, just connect with you on this personal level, get to hear from you because we don't want to just be creating content that we think we should create. We want to hear from you, and based on that, create the content that you actually need. So for me, this is really exciting, Franklin, and I'm really happy that at this point in Audible Talent, we are able to have live sessions like this and actually connect with our people. And maybe something else, good news, we got an award. I know we posted it on YouTube here, but we didn't actually get to talk about it. So we got an award as best African employment. It's something around employment, and we are really proud and happy that internationally we got that recognition. It's actually a UK award, and we are just really happy about it. Since 2020, Audible Talents has been into we've been working closely with digitally skilled people, and all what we've been doing is training and retraining for some people, and then just teaching people how to monetize their skills, and then we connect them with global employers. So we've been doing that for even before 2020, for like 5 years now, and we're so happy when the award came. So good things, good things.
All right. So probably maybe others will reach out to us if they want to. So far, I don't think there's any comments yet. So we're going to actually be closing off. And again, right there, again, I want to say thank you for joining. Bye for now.
Bye.